Your weapon is locked and loaded. Good hunt. Like a good landing spot. I'll have you on the ground shortly.
So many humans. Not many super mutants.
Greetings, buddy.
The only human needs.
What do you need, General?
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
I just need to know if you can help me.
We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause. I've got to hand it to you, General. You've really turned things around for the Minutemen. I never thought I'd see the day that the Minutemen had artillery support again. We should see about building them at all our settlements to expand our coverage. And Ronnie Shaw returns. She's something else.
Something like a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers, but I didn't know she was still around. The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen means we must be doing something right.
Excuse me.
Is there something you need?
What brighten this place up?
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingers.
You ought to be careful. I can fix most things, but people don't fix so easily.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess.
Hey, Mama.
Looks
How you
like,
getting along? Just
encrypted
fine.
RF
It's nice
transmissions.
to finally settle down.
Okay, so that gets routed through...
So much time
What the
moving
hell?
around.
Teleportation.
You spent a little time on the
This is
run
some
when you
pretty
were
crazy
younger?
shit.
Yes, you have to when
You
you
sure it's
pound
for
it in
real?
your head.
Either it is, or we end up building one hell of a paperweight.
Well, whoever wrote this does seem to know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
That's good advice.
Could be a
Sounds like quite
genius
the
or
adventure.
totally insane.
Was. Someday, I'll
Guess
tell
we'll
you
find
all
out.
about it.
Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Just tell me what we need so I can get started.
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is going to take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available. How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
There's a giant metal pizza sitting on the ground now. So, yeah.
I was just asking. No need for the snide remarks. I think I got the rest of this contraption figured out. Here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
I'd better get started.
Okay, one thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck. Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Shouldn't we test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the one frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, we've used our one and only chance. As soon as the Institute figures out what we did, and I gotta believe those brainiacs won't be caught napping twice, that code we've got is useless.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hello? I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father.
No use.
The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Don't have the key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Oh, goddamn them. So many years stolen.
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Those bastards. They took you from me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
I'll kill them for this. All of them.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Damn it. Sean! Open the door!
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, read.
Sensor anomaly
Stealth
detected.
capabilities. Fascinating.
Movement detected. Is someone present?
Nice.
Hello? Hostile sensor reading detected.
You cannot remain undetected for long.
I recommend against hostile action.
Are you attempting an ambush? Appears to be nothing.
I was in
Perhaps my
error.
sensors need
No
calibration.
enemy detected.
Combat initiated.
Your destruction
It would appear my target has disappeared.
is inevitable. Engaging.
gun should be loaded and ready to fire. Good shooting, sir. Bringing her in. Hang on to something. What do you want?
You willing to do some work?
I love work. I could sit and watch it all day.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long.
I can't help right now.
It's a free country. Let me know if you change your mind.
Sturgis.
You willing to do some work?
I'd be glad to help.
Okay. Good deal. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need it.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
We need a way to bring the fight to them.
Let's hope we got something we can use. Well, they sure aren't gonna fall for that teleport hijacker trick twice. Even if it wasn't a smoking pile of scrap metal. All the good stuff on here is gonna be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Hey there.
I've received word from the castle. Apparently, they've spotted hostiles scouting the perimeter. You should go find out what's going on.
We put on some wonderful radio. You should listen to it.
Humanity has fallen so since the loss.
Getting dark out. Maybe we should find a place to bed down for the night.
Not a lot of folks will travel with the people either from my path or Lisbeth.
So where are we off to next?
Flowers. What is this up?
So you got a ride of choice? I'm usually a mentat school myself. Makes me feel intellectual.
Minigun should be loaded and ready to fire. Good shooting, sir. Stand by for landing.
Unfocused, far too charitable for their own good. Your people have done an impressive job restoring this fortress to its former glory.
Glad you...
Hey.
Awaiting your command.
Glad you made it in time, General. I guess we're about to find out if these new Minutemen really have what it takes. We've seen a lot of those Institute Crow things sniffing around. Looks like they're getting ready to try to take us out. We've called in volunteers, so we aren't short of people. We'll see how these greenhorns do in a real battle. I'm feeling pretty good about our defenses, but it sure wouldn't hurt for you to take a look around and shore up any weak points you see.
This is Radio Freedom with a breaking report from the castle. Institute Sins are moving on our position. This is not a drill. All available Minutemen in the area, please move in to reinforce.
Hey, is there something you need?
We have a swarm of attackers approaching from South Boston.
Something's out there.
Machines are an insult to our way of life. They need to be destroyed.
Movement detected. Nice.
They won't be back anytime soon.
It was a tough fight.
That's the way we do it, right, General?
It's time for us to strike back against the Institute.
I have some good news for you. Sturgis found a way into the Institute. We can launch an attack whenever you say the word.
Good. I'll get the details from Sturgis while you get the Minutemen ready to attack.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Is there
Listen
something
up,
you need?
Kiddies. The Institute thought they could push us around, and we showed them different. Next time, we're going to be taking the fight to them, and we'll see how they'll like it. But we don't have time to sit around congratulating ourselves. We're the Minutemen, gold darn it! And that means we've always got to be ready for the next fight. Let's get back to it, people.
One day, we'll put this back together, better than ever.
This is Radio
Hey.
Freedom with an
What do you want?
after-battle report
What do you
for
want?
the people of the Commonwealth.
Your thoughts?
Moments in time, like what happened here, should never be forgotten.
How do you think things are between us?
I haven't been able to make that evaluation yet. When I do, I'll let you know.
Didn't have anything else.
Very well.
Guess it could have been a lot worse.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Stand by for takeoff. Weapons hot and ready to bring the pain, sir.
Watch it. We only fire when we need to.
I'm bringing her in. Hang on to something.
Make it quick. We have a lot of ground to cover.
I should have done more. I hope those raiders pay for what they've done.
You're tied to this place, kid.
Hey, boss. I've been hoping you'd stop by. I found you a way into the Institute.
It's hard to believe the Institute would leave another way in.
Yeah, well, it seems the Institute isn't quite as self-contained as they'd like everyone to believe. Turns out they're still using an old water pipe that runs out to the river. Brings in cooling water to their reactor. Its entrance is underwater, and is blocked by a security grate. Also, the whole pipe is labeled high radiation danger, but there isn't any other way in that I can find. So it's this, or nothing.
Breaking through an underwater security grate in high radiation? Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I know. But there isn't any other way in. I did manage to pull the code to open the grate. So all you have to do is survive the trip. Now, as soon as you get in there, you need to access the main relay control and use this holotape to teleport everybody into the Institute.
Yeah?